He comes from a lineage of great sages, yogis, and saints from India. He began his spiritual journey at the age of 7 and was fully realized by the age of 14. During this time, he delved into different practices and acquired mastery over Tantra, Mantra, Yantra, Aghori practices, and Yaksha sadhana. He was a siddha, and many masters, saints, and sages used to visit him in solitude to gain wisdom and guidance from him since the tender age. Although he has been helping humanity since childhood, he never disclosed this part of him to the world, and only the advanced yogis and masters were aware of his divine presence. Only in the last 2 years he chose few people from the world and started guiding them in their spiritual paths, and those who have been closely associated with him have witnessed many miracles in his presence. Despite being a family person, he is a yogi and intends to help people entangled in this world achieve Jivan Mukti, liberation, while being alive. He is truly in the world but not of the world, and if you really want to understand him, look him beyond his physical appearance and just sit with him, and you will never be the same again. In his presence you will transcend your body and mind and experience the state of Sat, absolute truth, Chit, pure consciousness, Ananda, eternal bliss. Let us fold our hands in front of his divinity and with a heart filled with gratitude and love welcome our spiritual guru, the realized soul, and our enlightened master, Guru Manash Mishra.
Good morning, everyone. So I believe in between my mic was not working. So now is the voice clear? Please confirm. Okay. So I believe that mantra was in the para language, so you could not hear that. Okay. So happy Akshaya Tritiya to all. And as this also continues today, we'll be giving one specific simple process that you can do today at your home, and that will help you in many aspects. Very simple process, nothing to be spent, nothing to be bought. So that is one thing. The second thing is the session that we had designed for this is yet to be completed. So you have to wait a little bit more for that. because making you understand that is not easy, and especially that presentation was not prepared because Haribhai was completely occupied this week. But he's putting his hard efforts to that so that you get the maximum out of it. But not to worry, not to be disheartened. We have many other things to talk. And especially on this occasion of Akshaya Tritiya. How many of you bought anything? This should not be asked. But I believe, like on this day, when we run towards the materialistic things, that they should not means wasted, or they will be lasting for a longer time. I believe what is that is already within you, that is always already there, which will never dissipate along with time. So in order to get into that space, we'll do a very specific meditation again. A meditation beyond your senses. I think that we will try to hit that space where all you experience is through the senses, but then transcending the senses and reaching to that space. I believe that would be a good way of realizing आपके जो अंतरात्मा की जो स्थिति है, जो सर्वस्व है, सर्वज्ञ है और सर्वोपरि है, and it is always there. So reaching to that space. And yes, please remind me towards the end to give you that process, which everybody can do at your home. And it is not only in the day that you can do it throughout the day till the evening as well. So as per your convenience out there. Now we'll start with a beautiful story and then slowly move on to the topic for this day. एक छोटी सी कहानी लेके आए हैं, कहानी के बाद वो meditation करेंगे. And I know many people will be busy doing the puja and the japs in the morning as well. So we will see. Yeah, Deepika ji, if it is ending for you people, especially in US, if it is ending for you people, so you can do it after the session as well. So especially people from the US and Canada zone time, they can do this part. So let us go to the same space, a space of Puri Jagannath. And thereupon we will return back to the topic and the meditation. So yes, the story begins with a very abrupt start, Rajanji. The story says, it is midnight and the streets of Puri temple, the big road that we have, that road is absolutely vacant of people. कोई मनुष्य नहीं वहां, बिल्कुल खाली पड़ा है रास्ता. And in that midnight, the door opens. And as the door opens, there is no one, but two kids come out of that door. And they start walking on the street. And the moment they came out, the door automatically closes and they start walking, go into a small little hut nearby. उसके पास एक छोटा सा घर है, उसके अंदर ये दोनों चले जाते हैं और थोड़ी देर के बाद फिर वापस आ जाते हैं. Like they come out of that and they go back into the temple. But today there was no one to see it. Like these two kids came and went off. But now there was another person named as Balram Das. You remember Balram Das? The one who created the sand chariot on the seashore and Jagannath left the chariot and went there. So this is the person. He was a very simple person in his appearance and in his ways of living, but very, very evolved soul. Very tough to understand that kind of soul, actually. So one fine night, around midnight, he was roaming. And he went near the temple because he keeps on chanting the name and roams around. And while roaming around, he reaches to that space, and from a far distance, he sees that no one is around, but the main door is opening. Now, the moment the main door is opening, he said, like, now, during this time, how come anybody can open the door? So he stays there and just waits there, and what he sees, two small little kids walk out. And when they walk out with kind of something like this on their shoulders, wrapped around that, they come and again go into the same small little hut. And when they go into that hut, he says, two kids came out of the, who could these two kids be? So they went inside, after some time came back. You say, like, what happened? And what he sees, they go back into the temple and the door closes. He could not understand the first day. He said, am I dreaming? Because this won't happen. But he has the same urge the next day. And at the same time he goes and he sees the same situation happening and repeating. He was still thinking, I can dream one day. How can I dream 2 days? Third day goes, fourth day goes. Every day he sees small little two kids are coming out, going there into the hut, coming out. But today, he said, he came a little closer. Not closer enough that they could see, but they came closer. And what he noticed is they are chewing pan, beetle. And बड़े मजे, छोटे छोटे बच्चे पान चबाते हुए आ रहे हैं और सीधा मंदिर के अंदर, फिर दरवाजे बंद. Oh, he said, okay, there might be something, but I have to understand what it is. क्या है? And that small little hut belonged to a person who used to sell beetle. पान का दुकान था उसका. Okay, beetle shop. His name was, I believe, like some Das was there. I will get you the name. His name was also something like Ramdas or something, like he was Balram Das. No, he was Raghudas. Got it. Uska naam Raghudas tha. So Raghudas was a very, ek chota sa dukan tha. He had a small shop, little shop. And one fine day what happens is Raghudas meets Balram Das in the temple itself. And Balram Das asks Raghudas, I see two kids entering into your house every day and they're returning back. Who are those two kids? वो दो छोटे बच्चे कौन है? Then he says, I don't know who those two kids are, but every night they are coming to me. Yes, this is a real story. Every night they are coming to me. Achha, every night they are coming. Why are they coming to you? No, they just come to my house, knock my door and ask for the pan. Achha, Raghudas. And then what do you do? Then Balram Das is asking, he says, I just make the pan and give it to them. Do they pay you? He said, I never even thought of that. The moment they come and knock at my door, the moment I see them, I don't even know what to ask, what not to ask. Let alone money. I am not able to ask their names. They just come at a particular time. I give them the pan and they are just going away without taking without giving any money, and they just eat the pan and go away. Now, Balram Das said, what kind of a businessman are you? You are giving it away for free? No. Tonight, you will not allow them to go. You see, this is the kind of devotee we have. He says, this time today, when the night they come, don't allow them without taking money from them. So what to do? Now you have to be very careful and you will do that. And let me know what happened. So, okay. That night again, the two kids came. Now today, as Balram Das has already invoked that businessman into Raghudas, Raghudas says, First of all, do you have money? They say, we don't have money. We have not bought, you see, we don't have pockets. We don't have money in this. Then Raghudas said, then I'm not going to give you the pan. Then the darker kid smiles. He says, really? You won't give us? He says, no, I'm not going to give you without taking the money. He said, okay, then we are returning. While seeing them returning, Raghudas could not bear that. He says, wait, where are you going? Is there not anything else that you can give me and just eat the pan and go? Then these two small turn around. They say, okay, give us the pan, but all that we have is the chadar that we are wearing on our shoulders. We will give this to you. He said, okay, fine. Chadar de diye. Chadar diye, pan khai. Without anything on that upper body, they start walking back to the temple. The next day morning, when the temple doors are opened, अंग वस्त्र से कहते हैं ना, वो गायब है, जगन्नाथ और बलराम का. अरे अंग वस्त्र कैसे गायब हो गया? Like, how can this vanish? Now they thought like some thief must have entered or something, but who will enter into that? Now they think even if a thief has come, वहां पे मणि लगे हुए, रत्न लगे, वो लेना चाहिए था. He could have taken that. Why only this अंग वस्त्र of him? That to that upper part only. Then the main priest, he called upon to the king and he said, this has happened and we don't know. Something has happened here. And only the Angvastra of Jagannath is not there. Now the king called upon everyone and he says, and in this, while listening to this, Balram Das came to know that, because he was a frequent visitor to the king as well. So when he came and he said, Acha, okay. So I can understand what would have happened. Please call upon to Raghudas. Acha, Raghudas ko bulaya. So when Raghudas, he was not called, this Balram Das said, let us go to his home to check whether he has it or not. Now the king was thinking he might have stolen it. But Balram Das said, no, let us go and see just what has happened. And let us hear the story. And they all go to the small little hut. The king walks there. And when they walk there, what they see is, they knock at the door. And Balram Das says to Raghudas, when he opens the door, he says, can I come into your house? He said, yeah, please welcome. And he goes inside there, and what he sees, the Angvastras has been folded, well folded and kept on a table. Now the king enters. Now Raghudas is like flabbergasted, like, what is this? Where does the king come from? Raja kahan se aa gaya yahan pe? And they saw like this is, and the king is furious. So you have stolen it. He said, stolen it means what? No, and he narrates the story now. He says, no, two little small kids come every day to me and I want to give them, like they eat the beetle, pan khate hain, paise nahi dete, chale jate hain. And yesterday he gave me a suggestion that you don't allow them to go without giving you anything. And they didn't have money, so they give these two chaddars to me and they went out. That moment, no one was able to understand how come two kids are coming out. And then Balram Das said, I have seen them with my eyes. They are actually coming out in the night and reaching out to his house, eating the pan, and they are going away. And then the king asked, why is it so? And then Raghudas, Balram Das understands the entire situation. He asks to Raghudas, he says, can you tell me why you do that? Means, is there anything that you have offered to him? He said, to whom? He said, to Jagannath, because your shop is just in front of that temple. So have you ever offered anything to him? He said, I am just a poor little guy. What can I offer? But I always have a desire. What's the desire? Now, throughout the day, he's eating 56 types of foods. 56 तरीके के भोग लगते हैं उसको. But no one even thinks of giving him a beetle. पान कोई नहीं देता उसे. और मेरा हमेशा मन था, like I always had that desire that I could serve him some pan. But who will allow me to go inside the temple and serve the pan to him? So I just wait and I just pray and I just keep a pan aside on his name. रोज मैं दुकान जब खोलता हूं तो पहले 2 पान उनके नाम पे रख देता हूं. And then everything was realized that the devotion of a small little person, like who thinks himself to be a poor person, when he literally devotes a छोटा सा पान भी अगर रखा जाता है ना, he comes to eat it. तो स्वयं चल के आता है खाने के लिए. And since that day, अभी प्रथा है, if you go at the end, you should see at the closing of the temple. Many people have not seen that. The closing of the temple is a very different way. In the night, when everybody has seen the darshan, all the lights will be made off. I had been there for a quite long time. So when the lights are off, then the small little vigrahas, जो होता है ना, वो विग्रह को बाहर लेके आते हैं. They bring it out. आरती होती है वहां पे. Means instead of people going there, they come out. And there at that time, very few people will be there. Because people generally think it is already dark, so no one is there. But it goes on. They bring it out. Then आरती होती है. आरती होने के बाद, like after the आरती, he is given like pan and all that variety of things are kept for him actually. So you see that. Then a place is made and he is allowed to sit there, pan chavate हुए, and then the Devadasis will perform, which is not allowed for outsiders anyways. Devadasis वहां पे नृत्य करेंगे, ये वहां बैठ के पान चबाएंगे, उसके बाद अंदर जाएंगे. Then he is taken inside. That's how the closing happens every day. And he literally, like as you treat a human, is treated that way. उनको बुखार भी होता है, उनको मेडिसिन भी दिया जाता है, and then he comes out of that as well. और उसको जब बुखार आता है, if you really see that time frame when it is very typical, and if you are in Odisha, you will realize that during that time, the 15 days, the temple doors are closed. When he is in fever, the temperature goes out so harsh out there. तो इतना पसीना होता है ना वो समय में, पूरे साल का पसीना वो 15 दिन में निकल जाता है. That has an impact out there. So the thing that I wanted to pass on through this is that the smallest are the smallest of the things, or the biggest of the things. All that is there on this Akshaya Tritiya. When you are focusing something really on this worldly things, nothing wrong, you should accumulate that. Because till the time you are in this body, it requires certain things that have to be done, that have to be taken care of. But at the same time, on this auspicious occasion of Akshaya Tritiya, let us also realize that the true Akshay that is within us, हमारे अंदर जो वैसी शक्ति है जो सच में ये सारे चीजों से परे है. That we have to realize. Now I was talking to some of our people and there came a beautiful statement. I would like to start it from there. एक सुंदर सी रचना ऐसी बन के आई. I believe like that will touch your heart, and from there on, I believe we can go ahead with the meditation. Okay. They're asking like a very typical question, but a beautiful question. So I would like to share that. And I believe like whoever asked, they are okay with that. Somebody asked like a very typical question, Sashiji. They were asking like, see, how do you handle the compliments? I said, what does that mean? She said like, you see, when somebody tells something good about us, we are so amazed. We are so... But for you, it would be a moment by moment process. Like, how do you handle that? Is it not overwhelming at times? How do you handle that? Then I simply answered one thing. I said, overwhelming? Yeah, might be. But I have other ways to look at that. They said, like, how do you do that? And then I said, see, the moment somebody is giving a compliment to you, the moment somebody is praising you, the moment somebody is saying something really good about you, in that moment, when somebody is saying, okay, you are this, you are that, I don't see that that is being told to me. All that I see is that is happening within that person. Because without you being happy, you cannot give that, right? Without feeling that love, you cannot give a love outside. Without that anger, you cannot give that outside. So iska matlab, like, just like that, that means if you are able to see that divinity in me, that means that divinity has already appeared within you. So all the good things that you are speaking, that all the good things are already happening with you. And in that moment, what I see is that feels so amazing to me. Yeah, that's overwhelming. That's overwhelming, because when a person who says like, am I really good enough? And in that moment, they are praising the divine. And I said, how can you do that without having that divinity within yourself? आपके अंदर वो अगर दिव्यता नहीं है तो आप दिव्यता की बातें कर ही नहीं सकते. आपके अंदर अगर प्रेम नहीं है तो आप प्रेम की बातें कर ही नहीं सकते. और दिखावा अलग होता है, छलावा अलग होता है, और जो आप हृदय से बोलते हो वो अलग होता है. लाइक व्हाट यू स्पीक आउट ऑफ योर हार्ट, इट कैन बी अंडरस्टूड. ए स्मॉल लिटिल बॉय कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट. So when that thing is happening, I am not overwhelmed because you are saying me that, but I am overwhelmed because I see that happening in you. I say, wow, that's a beautiful space. Now, in order to deepen that, Dhavalji, I added a few lines. In that moment, certain things came up and I just added that. And I said, you see, let's say some people are passing by. You're passing by a street and suddenly you feel the fragrance of flowers. You're just passing by through a garden and the fragrance of the flowers attract you. And in that moment, might be you were in some thoughts or in something, but in that moment, you just smell it and it feels good about it. Then let's say you are entering into a garden and you look at a beautifully manicured garden and you say, wow, this looks so amazing. Or you just go and sit in a very silent place in that garden and you just feel yourself. And in this moment, something happens to us. Knowingly, unknowingly, we thank the person who did that. But that person is not seen. वो दिखाई नहीं दे, वो अदृश्यमान है. लेकिन that smell itself reminds us of the Creator. The look, the beauty out there, that gives us that there must be someone who has done that. And when you sit and you connect with yourself, I believe you feel, oh, it's all me. And all that you people have to do is just like becoming that gardener. That this garden of life, you make it so amazing, like whoever passes by you, whoever talks to you, whoever sits along with you, or whoever even sees you or thinks about you must experience that beauty. Tough work, but worth it. Because life has issues, will have issues. But at the same time, my question is, when there are troubles in our life, we are lost in the trouble. I see it as if like, have you ever walked on a newly constructed black pitch road in the hot summer without shoes, barefoot? नहीं चले ना. अच्छा, हम वो भी कर चुके हैं तो इसलिए पता है. I jumped on it once. So when you walk on that, let's say you have to cross over that street and it is a black pitch road, newly constructed, super hot. Your legs, bare feet, and you start walking on that. Will you Slowly take baby steps and say, wow, this feels so good. Let me walk. Do you feel that? ऐसा करोगे कोई भी? नहीं करोगे ना? तो क्या करोगे? You will try to run as fast as possible and cross that over, right? That's how life is. But I see some people walking so amazingly on that path and say, wow, this feels so burning. This is so hurting. This is so bad. But I will just do a ramp walk over that. अरे जीवन जब तकलीफें देती है ना, वो ये कहता है कि भाई क्रॉस ओवर, गो थ्रू इट एज सुन एज पॉसिबल, जितना जल्दी हो सके इधर से निकल. But I see people not only walking, Haribhai, I see some people rolling in that. And then some people taking something and putting over it. Wow, this feels so bad. If life, if your sadness has become like that, why are you still stuck there? Find a way out, walk through, move fast. How does that fast pace works? That's spirituality. That provides a sandal to you kind of stuff. So that you can still walk on that and without getting affected with it. Because you have to anyway go through that. And you cannot cut short the road. You have to walk all through. But all that you can create is that safety measures that you can take. And today, abhi jo ab meditation karne ja rahe hain na, it is going to be that kind of stuff. First and foremost thing, without you feeling that, without your senses, I don't think like you can even experience God. But the thing is, are we able to experience God in everything? No. So what we will do is we will start with the experiences of this body, then move on to a space where you will only experience it intellectually. And then if you stick around, you'll be out. So let us see, like we'll go and play a cricket match today. I'm bowling, let's see how many can withstand the wickets. And the goal is not to stand and hit, the goal is to get out today. So please find a suitable place where nobody disturbs you. Dim your lights. चलो अक्षय को ढूंढते हैं. I have a simple request. I don't know like how many people will be able to do that. Keep your cameras on. The second thing is, if you can bring a little water and keep in front of you. थोड़ा सा पानी अगर लाके रखते हैं, bottle रख लो, glass में रख लो, whatever it is. But if you can put it on a glass or something, it would be better. अगर copper glass है तो और अच्छा है. So that we will energize that at the same time. Okay. So your energy, energizing yourself. So I give you a minute's time, please. There is no rush, no worry. और जो लोग रेडी हो चुके हैं, मीन्स दे ऑलरेडी हैव द ग्लास ऑफ वाटर इन फ्रंट ऑफ देम, वो आराम से बैठ सकते हैं. आंख बंद कर लो अभी से ही. Just try to deepen your own breath patterns. Just simply try to find that serenity in you. आपके अंदर वो दिव्यता को एक बार देखो. So when everybody has it, please let me know. And one more thing, like today also you can do the maximum number of jap. Yeah, only water. So you can do the maximum number of jap today, whichever jap you have been doing for a long time. Especially we have been doing Batuk Bhairav for long time now. You can do that. अगर किसी ने बजरंग बाण ले रखा है, so they can do that. अगर आप देवी सूक्तम या देवी स्तोत्रम पढ़ते हो, you can do that. अगर खड़गमाला करते हो तो you can do that. And especially some people, those who do all kind of mantras, still just think of one that you want to do and you can do that. And even if you have started that Hanuman mantra with Samput, you can do that as well. Because आज का जो तिथि बन रहा है अक्षय तृतीया और उसके साथ रोहिणी नक्षत्र लग गया है, दोनों की बोथ आर वेरी ऑस्पिशियस, बहुत ही कल्याणकारी चीजें हैं. और आज अगर आप किसी भी चीज को करते हो तो उसका 100 क्या 1000 गुना फल मिलता है. So even if you do a chanting of Om, that is also good. Okay, so any mantra that you have been doing for some time, or you want to start any mantra, you can start that as well. Okay, so are we all ready? सबके सामने एक पानी का ग्लास या पानी के स्थान कोई रख दिए हो. हाँ, बट उतना ही पानी रखना जितना आप पी सकते हो, ये बांटने के लिए नहीं है. ओके, अब पता चला एक बड़ा सा बॉटल भर के रख लिया आप सामने, because I will ask you to complete that at the end of the session. I will ask you to drink it and go. Okay, so keep that much. And if 2 people are sitting, that's good. You can distribute among yourselves. So shall we begin? Kalyani ji aa gaye. Vijay ji, it is there? Ready? Okay. Preeti ji? Okay. Rajan ji? Okay. Aditi ji, Usha ji, Sarojini ji, Lakshmi ji. All ready? Okay. Nilima ji? Okay, good. धवल जी का तो देख लेते. वाणी जी? Okay. Sakshi, you have the glass of water there? Okay, good. Sarad ji? Sandhya ji? Okay, चलो. So we'll begin. दीपिका जी, you have it? आभा जी आपके पास है? श्रीनिवास जी? Okay, good. रख दो, सामने रख दो सारे. So all the people, those who are in the backdrop also, no problem. Oh, good to see Jhansi ji still active. Good. Chalo. So please let us get ready for that. Just fold your hands. First and foremost thing, जैसे घर में पूजा करते हो, गुरु गणपति पहले, you remember them, the Guru and the Ganpati. Then you remember the Bhairava. Then you remember your Ishtadeva or Devi, आपके जो भी इष्ट देवी देवता हैं. Then you remember Lakshmi Narayan. Then you remember Shiv Parvati. Then you remember Ram. Then you remember Hanuman. Then you remember the Navagrahas. And then finally you can say like Sarva Devi Devata. All the gods and goddesses. जो भी सकारात्मक ऊर्जाएं हैं इस संसार में, उन सबको मैं हाथ जोड़ के नमन करता हूं. I bow down to them and I request, मैं ये अर्जी लगाता हूं कि please help me in doing this process. इस अक्षय तृतीया के पावन पर्व पे मैं आपको वंदन करता हूं और आवाहन करता हूं कि मेरे साथ मुझे इतनी ऊर्जा प्रदान करें और आपका आशीर्वाद प्रदान करें कि मैं इस स्थिति में पहुंच सकूं जहां मैं आपके साथ विलीन हो जाऊं. I just merge into you in this space. So please bless us. Please be with us. So do your prayer. Anything that you want to add, you can add to that. जो कुछ भी आपको अगर कहना है, so please take a half-minute time. You just do that, and after that I will guide you further. Now, all the images, just hold on. You will not open your eyes now until I say. Hold the images of all those things that you invoked right now. अभी जिन जिन देवी देवता या गुरु या गणपति या हनुमान जिन जिन को आपने अभी याद किया है, bring their images in front of you as if they are all standing in front of you. It is an imaginary process. Do that imagination. मानो जिसको भी आपने बुलाया है वो आपके सामने खड़ा है अभी. Okay? Hold on to that image. If it is one, look at that one. If it is many, look at all of them as if they are standing in front of you right now. और देखो स्टार्टिंग लाइन में छोटा, सबसे छोटा जो है बटु भैरव है. Now when you are seeing all of them standing in front of you, you are seeing it through something called as a sense of your vision. आप देखने की क्षमता जो है आपके अंदर, उस क्षमता से उसको आप अंदरूनी आंखों से देख रहे हो. You are seeing them through the inner eyes. But when you are seeing that in the inner eyes, not in the external world, that means the divinity is appearing within you. वो भले ही आपका एक इमेजिनेशन हो सकता है, भले ही आपने उसे प्रकट किया है, लेकिन आपके आवाहन से अगर ये प्रकट हो सकते हैं तो इसका मतलब वो आपकी बातें सुनते हैं. क्योंकि मुझे एक चीज बचपन से एक चीज समझ में आई है कि until and unless they want to showcase themselves, you cannot see them. वो तत्व ऐसा तत्व है, वो गुरु तत्व हो सकता है, गणपति तत्व हो सकता है, वो तत्व आपके सामने तब तक नहीं आएगा जब तक आप उसके लिए तैयार ना हो. और अगर आप उन सबको देख पा रहे हो इस क्षण में, क्या बोलना चाहते हो उनसे? What do you really want to speak to them? What do you really want to tell them? Pour it out. Don't hold it back. अपने अंदर जो भी है ना उसको निकाल के सामने रख दो उनको. If that moment brings tears in your eyes, let them roll out. कुछ रोकने की जरूरत नहीं है. And if you just feel that overwhelming sensation like I should let it go, let it go. And if you just feel like smiling, smile. But that connect should be there. As if you are not waiting for them, they are waiting on you. मानो वो आज आपके लिए खड़े हैं. It's like all these days you have been asking for them. They said, I was always around. मैं तो हमेशा से ही था. And many times when you feel like I'm becoming lonely, I'm becoming alone, I have no one around, you just see they are always all around. And in this moment, ask yourself, within yourself, ask them, are you really around? And you see what the answer comes to you within your heart. उन्हें पूछ के देखो कि क्या आप सच में हो या ये सिर्फ मेरा एक imagination है. And you see the response that you get in that moment. Take some time. Create that bonding in your heart. That it's like a heart-to-heart talk. यानी हृदय से हृदय की बात. एक सरल आत्मा जो अपने आप को निम्न समझता है, आज उस परमात्मा के सामने खड़ा है और उस परमात्मा को पूछ रहा है, क्या तू मेरे साथ है या मैं अकेले हो गया हूं? And you see what they respond back. और उसका response आएगा. और जब तक ना आए, you stay there. And what if they put a hand on your shoulder or your head? That very moment, everything melts down. सब पिघल जाता है. Allow that divinity to drench you. मतलब वो दिव्यता जो है आपको सराबोर कर देना चाहिए आपके अंदर. experience that space. अगर कान में गाने बजने लगे हो ना, भजन बज रहे हो या तो म्यूजिक बज रहा है, एंजॉय दैट, नो वरीज. अगर मन में भाव आ रहा है, नो वरीज. बट दैट कनेक्ट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. नाउ फॉर ए मोमेंट ओनली, फॉर ए मोमेंट ओनली, आपके सामने जो पानी है ना, अब जब आंख खोलोगे सीधा उस पानी को ही देखोगे आप. By bringing that divinity into your eyes, you will see that into the water. So that all the energies that you see, their energy is transformed through your vision into that world of physicality. और उस पानी को एक टक देखो दिव्यता की आंखों से. Just look into it for a moment. And pass on that grace into that. And look at it with loads of, वो कहते हैं ना कि मन के अंदर एक शांति का भाव जो है. And look at that water in such a way that it speaks to you. मानो जैसे वो पानी कुछ कहना चाहता है. Just hold on there and pass that on, that divinity into that. And bring a smile on your face. And now drink that. And we will go into the next phase of. Now, once you have put that water into your mouth, just hold on and observe what is happening in your body, the vibration that you have. Close your eyes and just feel like that as the water has sunk inside you. जब वो जल आपके अंदर जाता है, अब देखो आपके अंदर की ऊर्जा क्या है, आपके शरीर में क्या वाइब्रेशंस है. वो पानी जैसे जैसे अंदर जा रहा है, वो क्या, व्हाट इज इट मेकिंग आउट ऑफ इट. सो क्लेंजिंग. सो पानी पी लो, ग्लास रख लो एंड क्लोज योर आईज अगेन एंड वी विल स्टार्ट द नेक्स्ट स्टेप ऑफ आवर मेडिटेशन. Once more, fold your hands. Now feel whatever is happening in the body. And again, thank them for appearing there. And not just appearing, but being there. कुछ क्षण के लिए जब लगता है कि अरे अच्छा वो चले गए हैं, वो कहीं नहीं गए. The moment you think of them, they are again there. वो आपके सामने ही है. कुछ लोगों के तो साथ बैठ भी गए हैं. Is as if एक मंडली शुरू हो गई है. They are sitting in a circular pattern and like you are sitting there, they are all sitting along with you. एक नया परिवार. क्या खिला रहे हो उनको? Feed them. नहीं तो पता चला हमारे घर आए और हमने खाना ही नहीं दिया. You feed them in your imagination also. Don't worry. You remember Raghudas? In his imagination, he was feeding a pan to Lord Jagannath. And what happened? He left his Ratna Singhasan and started walking in the middle of the night to eat a pan. तो इसका मतलब है वो बार बार कहता है कि अगर आप उसे देते हो कुछ भी, जो कुछ भी समर्पण करते हो, वो उसे अपना लेता है. He will or she will, whatever it is. So whatever you want to feed, it doesn't matter whether you want, cooking or not. That's a different story. But whatever you think you should be giving it, this is a moment of that. और एक चीज है, जो भी पदार्थ आप अभी उसको दोगे, anything that you give it to it, वो अक्षय हो जाएगा. Because that thing will be touched by the divinity itself. So it is not only food. All that you want to give, all the way you want to decorate it, all the way you want to see it, जिस किसी तरीके से इसे देखना समझना चाहते हो, या तो आपके जीवन में जिस चीज की भी भरपूर चीजें होनी चाहिए आपके लाइफ में, इफ यू वांट दैट अबंडेंस इन योर लाइफ, जस्ट कीप इन फ्रंट ऑफ इट, गिव इट अ शेप, गिव इट अ फॉर्म, कोई भी रूप में उसके सामने रख दो और बोलो भाई, आई डिवोट दिस टू यू, यू एक्सेप्ट इट. And what would be a good way to feeding? And now, once you are done with all those things, just sit absolutely looking with your eyes closed. If you look in front, experience the absolute darkness that is there in front of you now. Don't worry, all of them are with you only. But what you see right now in front of you is absolute darkness. एकदम अंधकार सा है. So when you see that darkness, it's as if wherever you are sitting, आप जहां बैठे हो वहां थोड़ा उजाला है. सामने जैसे जैसे जा रहे हो, like you're just walking through, it is becoming dark and darker. And when you enter into darkness, you merge into the darkness. And as you walk in the darkness, you create the light within yourself. अब मानो बिल्कुल एक अंधकार जगह में बैठे हो, pitch dark. You cannot see anything in that room, not even your hand in front of your face. अगर हाथ को भी मुख के सामने रखते हो, हाथ दिखाई नहीं दे रहा, इतना अंधेरा है. But now in this space, a small little flame of light is burning in your heart. आपके हृदय के अंदर एक छोटी सी चिंगारी, एक छोटे से दिया जैसा कुछ जल रहा है. And slowly, that light is taking a golden color. And it is bright. And it is happening in your heart area. आपके हृदय चक्र के पास. और धीरे 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 that light, slowly that light is taking the shape of the deity of your choice. वो आपके अंदर उस दिव्यता का एक स्वरूप लेके आ रहा है, जो स्वरूप आप मानते हो। आप उसे किसी भी रूप, किसी भी स्वरूप में देख सकते हो, या तो आप उसे केवल एक ज्योति मात्र के हिसाब से देख सकते हो, as if it is just a streak of light. But it is not outside you, it is inside you. आपके हृदय के स्थान में। Once it is clearly seen, as the shape and the form of it has been created, feel the weight of that as well. उसका एक वजन है उस चीज का। Whatever you are able to see as light has a weight, and that weight you can easily feel on your heart. It can be very slow, a slight one, a little bit heavier one. It depends on what kind of deity and what kind of image you have created. You will feel that as if it is sitting there. मानो जैसे अगर कोई छाती के ऊपर बैठ गए तो कैसा लगेगा? But it is not outside, it is within. You feel the weight of it. And the moment you start feeling the weight of it, there will be a difference in your breathing pattern. आपके सांसों में बदलाव आ जाएगा अपने आप। Earlier that was only light. Now there is a weight to it as well. Now look at its energy field. उसकी ऊर्जा मानो जैसे एक सूरज की उगते हुए सूरज की रोशनी की तरह, like a rising sun. That image that is there within you, that has a weight. Now there is a ray of light coming out of it. उसके चारों ओर से एक रोशनी की किरण निकल रही है। And that is only happening at your heart area. Now feel the energy that it is radiating from the center towards the outer side. हृदय के मध्य से जैसे तरंगों की तरह वो एक ऊर्जा को फेंक रहा है। Waves after waves of energy, waves after waves of light. Now just keep your hands in a resting posture in your lap. बायां हाथ नीचे, दायां हाथ ऊपर. And your entire focus will go to your heart chakra, or that space where you have created this image. Now we have created this image using as our imaginary thoughts, as well as our earlier experiences. जो कुछ भी हमने जाना, सीखा, समझा, whatever we have understood, based on that we have created it. But now you have to focus on the heart of that deity that you have created. अभी तक आप अपने हृदय को देख रहे थे, अपने हृदय में उनको स्थापित करके you are able to make them sit and you are experiencing its weight and its energy. Now focus on the heart of that deity or whatever you have created in that space. मानो उसके हृदय के ऊपर संपूर्ण ध्यान लेके जा रहे हो. It is just like this, zooming out. Now that small little image becomes huge and your focus goes on to the heart of it. So it is like heart within hearts. और अब आपका संपूर्ण ध्यान उस हृदय के ऊपर लगा दो. Just focus on that. And slowly allow you to merge in it. Very, very slowly, completely merge into that. Means the one who was seeing will also merge. देखने वाला भी नहीं रहेगा. The one who sees will also disappear. It will take some time, so I will be waiting for there. And I will be stopping my voice for some time. You just merge into it. आप अपने आप को उसके अंदर बस समाते चले जाओ. Just silently merge into it. And when you are merged into it, dissolve yourself completely into it. आपका कोई अस्तित्व ही नहीं रहना चाहिए. Just be in this space of nothingness. Just sit. There is no you. All that is. Absolutely still, calm and quiet. Experience something beyond your senses. Absolute stillness. Now slowly come back from that heart and see just the image as a light image. उसके हृदय से बाहर आके उसको फिर से एक छवि की तरह देखो. But this time the weight is not there. सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक ऊर्जा रह गई है. Only the energy is there. And what is said about energy? Energy cannot be destroyed. Energy just changes its form. So now that energy, expand it into your entire body. Let the energy transform into you. मानो वही ऊर्जा आपका स्वरूप ले रहा है. और अब उसमें प्राण प्रसार करो. Bring breath into it. Take a deep breath. And slowly exhale it through your mouth. कुछ देर के लिए 5-7 बार तक वैसे गहरी सांस अंदर और धीरे से मुख के जरिए सांस बाहर. मानो जैसे आप उसके अंदर प्राण प्रवाहित करते हो. Now slowly hold your hands again. And now thank that energy for appearing, you disappearing, and again that energy becoming you. उस दैविक ऊर्जा का प्रकट होना, आप उसमें समाहित हो जाना और वो दिव्यता की जो ऊर्जा है वो आपका स्वरूप ले लेना. And all those you have invited are still there. Now they are smiling. अब वो देख रहे हैं आपको. This is good. Take the blessings and then you can rub your hand, keep it on your face. दोनों हाथों को रब करते हुए अपने चेहरे के ऊपर completely cover your face. ऊर्जा को महसूस करें. Feel that energy in your hands. Slowly open your eyes inside the hands. And when you are comfortable, remove it. Remove the hands and you can open your eyes. चलो, ऊर्जा अक्षय है, और हमने वही कहा था ना, लाइक एनर्जी इज इंडेस्ट्रक्टिबल, and that is the word called as akshay. And we said, let's go and find that. That means it was a seeking for that. And as that divine energy has transformed into you, now I give you a very simple process that you have to do. I believe everyone must be having honey at their home. I'm not talking about your wife and husbands, okay? I'm talking about that edible honey जो पूजा में लगता है, या तो आप, ये तो पता चला उनको लाके सामने बिठा दोगे, बोले उन्होंने कहा कि हनी को सामने बिठाना है। तो so you just take a small little bowl or katora, whatever it is, okay? वो कटोरे में छोटा सा कोई भी एक whatever vessel, a small little vessel, pour a little honey into that. Keep that in front of the image of Lakshmi and Narayan or any deity that you have at your home. ठीक है? उस शहद को उनके सामने रखो। रखने के बाद ये मंत्र जाप कर लेना। क्या है? सिर्फ एक ही बात है, ओम लक्ष्मी नारायण के सामने अगर कर रहे हो तो लक्ष्मी नारायण करे हुए, ओम लक्ष्मी नारायण स्वाहा लगेगा यहाँ पे। ठीक है, सिंपल मंत्र है, उसको एक माला करना है। योर गेज विल बी फोकस्ड ओनली ऑन द हनी। आप जब जाप कर रहे हो, आपका जो दृष्टि है, लाइक योर फोकस शुड बी ऑन दैट हनी, मीन्स यू विल ऑलवेज बी लुकिंग एट दैट ओनली। उसी शहद की तरफ आपके निगाह रहेगी और आप जाप करते जाओगे। ओम लक्ष्मी नारायण नमः, बहुत सरल उपाय है। दूसरा, अगर और चीज कुछ करना चाहते हो तो श्री जो शब्द है श्री, या तो उसको अगर तंत्रयुक्त करना चाहते हो तो श्रीम कर दो उसे, या तो श्री कर सकते हो या तो श्रीम कर सकते हो। ये एक माला कर देना है। ये करने के बाद वंस इट इज डन, उस शहद को वहीं पे थोड़ी देर के लिए छोड़ दो। यू लीव इट देयर, यू मूव आउट ऑफ दैट प्लेस, जस्ट आफ्टर 5 minutes or so come back and consume that. So you can keep up. दो ही माला करनी है, एक तो लक्ष्मी नारायण करके कर लोगे, ओम लक्ष्मी नारायण नमः। दूसरा हो गया श्री या श्रीम, सॉरी, हाँ, ओम लक्ष्मी नारायण स्वाहा। द फर्स्ट वन इज स्वाहा हियर। थैंक यू दीपिका जी। ओम लक्ष्मी नारायण स्वाहा, द सेकेंड इज ओनली श्रीम और श्री। ये करने के बाद यू, अच्छा, कैसे बैठोगे? नो रिस्ट्रिक्शन ऑन दैट, एनी कलर मैट इज ओके, ओके। एंड आफ्टर दैट जस्ट लीव दैट फॉर सम टाइम देयर, और आने के बाद आप ही को कंज्यूम करना है, किसी और को देना नहीं है। इवन इफ यू आर फास्टिंग, दिस कैन बी कंज्यूम्ड। कैन यू से आई एम फास्टिंग, आई विल नॉट ब्रीथ टुडे? यू कैन नॉट डू दैट। सो दिस, इसे क्या कहते हैं? व्हाई दिस प्रोसेस? ये प्रोसेस करने का कारण है, देखो, आप कभी भी घर में यज्ञ होमम करते हो, whenever you are doing a homam or something, at the end you complete it with either panchamrit or honey. How do you close that fire? You don't do फूंक मार के तो बंद नहीं करते ना। so how, what do you do? आप उसको, उसे कहते हैं शीतलता प्रदान करना, मीन्स इसको शीतल बना देना, like making it cool, because you invoke that energy within you. And in order to settle that energy down, you will do this process. And when you put that, it will settle that down, that energy within you, and may that energy always flow with you now. And just think of, like, this is a small little gift on Akshaya Tritiya to you. So you go enjoy. माला, लक्ष्मी का मंत्र करते हो तो स्फटिक की माला पे कर दो, कमल गट्टे की माला पे कर दो. If you don't have those malas, you can do it on your finger if you don't have it. Okay. So I will leave you here because that energy that has been created. Yes, one mala, Amarji. ये एक माला, ये एक माला, दो माला. And once you consume that honey and you observe yourself throughout the day, ऐसा लगेगा मतलब एक ऊर्जा, अलग ऊर्जा चल रही है. I remember one beautiful thing, Vijay ji, Muhammad Rafi, we know all that, a singer, right? A great singer. Like people used to say, whenever they used to walk with him into the, I'll tell you, like I'll come back to the questions. So when he used to go to the recording studios, whoever walks with them, they feel like that some unseen energy is going along with him. And I read it somewhere, Kamlendra ji, ki one time Mahendra Kapoor, right? Mahendra Kapoor thinks, always considers Muhammad Rafi as his guru. So it such happened that once Mahendra Kapoor and Muhammad Rafi went to Calcutta for a program. And when they landed at the airport, no one was there to receive them. Now just think, a smallest of the smallest singers, they will say, "Arey, koi nahi lene ke liye nahi aaya." That ego kicks in. Like, why nobody is there to take us? Why there is no one to receive us? But there was no such thing for Muhammad Rafi. He was just very silent. He said, okay, let's move. Let's catch a cab. We'll go to the hotel. Anyways, the hotel room has been booked. And Mahendra Kapoor said in the night he did something. That actually was so phenomenal, he said. He said in the night, he said, let's go to the terrace. And both of them went to the terrace of the hotel. And in the night, he looks at the sky filled with stars. And then Muhammad Rafi said to Mahendra Kapoor that you consider me as your guru. But let me tell you, I don't have anything. मेरे पास कुछ भी नहीं है. लेकिन कुछ ऐसी ऊर्जा तो है जो मेरे साथ चलती है. There is some energy that walks along with me. And then he says, look at the stars. And Mahendra Kapoor has said that then the moment he looked at the stars and he said, you see how the gods have appeared? How that energy has appeared? Let us not just bow down. Let us go down in our hearts as well and bow down to that divinity that is shining out there. वो जो दिव्यता वहां पे चमक रही है ना, उस दिव्यता के सामने एक बार झुक जा, फिर देखना तेरा जीवन में क्या होता है. You just bow down once to that divinity and you see what happens to you. And Mahendra Kapoor said, like, that was one night. He said, I don't know like what happened to me. I didn't just bowed my head down. Something within me literally bowed down. And since that day, I had that ego, like, why are I going when, why are not people there? Why they're not? But that moment he did something. And since that day, something really went off from me. Okay. So now answering to the people, if let's say you are in a cycle, you're not sitting in your temple, still you put the honey in front of you. You don't do the jap. You just put that image of those deities into that. उस देवी देवता का इमेज बस उसके अंदर एक 3 मिनट 5 मिनट तक देखो उसको. Just look at it. And then after some time, consume that. Okay. And those who don't have honey, खरीद लो. नहीं, ये भी बोलेंगे ना मानसिक रूप से कर लेंगे. नहीं, मानसिक रूप से नहीं करेंगे. You buy. I don't think Any part of world is there where you won't get honey. And if you are not able to do it in the day, you can do it in the evening as well. So not to worry. Okay. So please do this process. Do share your experience, like what happens to you. What was your experience through this? नहीं, मैंने कहा ना दिया बाती वाले प्रोसेस बहुत हो गए. I want to move you all to the next levels now. So let's see. अभी साधना शुरू करेंगे लगता है मुझे. But Haribhai, the amazing part is again we are entering into another पर्वकाल. ये पर्वकाल 10 महाविद्याओं का होता है. बिकॉज अभी वाराही का, प्रत्यांगिरा का, नरसिम्हादेव का, इन सब की जयंती आ रही है लाइन में. ये 1 महीने के 1.5 महीने के अंदर है पूरे के पूरे. Everything is in a line now, in a sequence. But don't worry, I'm not going to scared of eating honey. ठीक है, शक्कर को पानी में मिला के घोल बना लो. Okay, mix sugar into the water and put it in front of him. Or else you can use coconut water also instead of that. अच्छा, डायबिटिक है, शुगर भी नहीं खा सकते, नारियल पानी पी सकते हो. Is that restricted? No, then use the coconut water then. But these are the practicalities of life. Chalo, good. I think like Aditi ji, you gave answer for many other people as well. Okay. So as you get ready, we will move into a deeper kind of sadhana. It's not just this. अब 16 दिया जला दिए, लाल बत्ती जला दिए. So let's move a little bit ahead into that path of this. Okay. And you reach out to Haribhai now. All that you want to say about Haribhai, because he changed the entire course of this day. But I believe like this was something really beautiful. Right? And many of you have been saying, वो सब है मानस जी, लेकिन meditation नहीं हो रहा. So by grace of Haribhai, you did a small little meditation anyways. Okay. But Haribhai, you please get it done. So either this Wednesday or next Sunday, we will go through that.
Yes.
Okay. But it is going to be a little heavy task at Haribhai's end. A lot of work has to be done. So Haribhai, like yesterday, I will talk to you anyways. Because people are there who want to help you with that. So any kind of help you need. You see, there are so many volunteers that you want to help. So you can ask. Okay. So thank you, everyone. All that I can just think of, or just to sum up the entire thing that we did today, is we started with the story that a person, even who is not thinking himself capable enough to give anything, but he just gives a bit leaf for them and it is accepted. It walks out of the temple. वो खुद स्वयं चल के आके खाता है. Then what we did the same process in our hearts, that when we are invoking them, are they appearing? And they appeared. And when they appeared, what did we do? That was a form of a imagination. But imagination also has energy. Without energy, can you even imagine? एक मुर्दा imagination नहीं कर सकता. That means there is a energy that is flowing inside a body, and that body is able to imagine. That means that's a energy. So what kind of energy did you create out of that? You created the energy of the divine through that imagination process. But once you created that energy, means it is said like energy cannot be created or destroyed, but that imagination power that you have, it's the energy, you converted that energy into divinity, and then that divinity, you went and sat deep in the heart of that divinity, you felt that, and now what you did, you just converted that divine energy into you. Now your experience, I could see the people crying. Something must have moved. as Mahendra Kapoor said, no, like he just bowed down his head, and along with that something else also bowed down within. कुछ अंदर से ही बदल जाता है. So might be these processes look very simple, but they are not. They have the capacity and capability to change you forever. And as it is said, no, like once Pablo Picasso was sitting and he was restaurant, and one lady comes and he recognizes him like, wow, you are Pablo Picasso, you are a great person, why don't you draw something for me? He says, okay. And he sat down and he just drew a portrait of that lady within 4 to 5 minutes. And then the lady said, how much do I owe you? Mujhe kitne paise dene hain? How much should I pay you? He gave a hefty bill. And then the lady asked, you did that in just 5 minutes. You want to charge so much for me for that 5 minutes? Then Pablo Picasso smiles and says, no, it took me 5 minutes to draw, but to learn how to draw in 5 minutes took me 40 years. So similarly, these processes might look very simple, but you don't know what kind of preparations you have been doing all these years. So don't take those as very simple things. You have invested your time, you have invested your energy, you have worked on these things. When you see yourself as if you are not doing anything, I still see a small little baby thriving to do something. It's like, have you seen somebody learning swimming in the first initial phase? Haath pair marte ho na? What do you call that? As a dog swim, right, Siva Guruji? Like when you jump into the water, you don't know how to do that, and you just kick around. And you don't know how to swim, but other people are irritated because you are throwing all the waters on them. That's how it is. So I see that thriving baby. I see that kid who really wants to swim. So don't degrade yourself. You have done quite a lot by now. Even step by step. You remember, like even if an ant start walking, एक छोटी सी चींटी भी अगर चलना शुरू करती है, if it keeps walking, it reaches somewhere. Even your feet are so small. You are walking, you will reach. Okay? So I see you there, where you also see yourself as nothing less than that, the divine itself. So all the efforts, all the processes are just an additional step for you to make you reach that. Until you reach that space, we will be walking around. So thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for your time, your efforts, and especially giving whatever you can to reach to that space, your efforts. So I appreciate that. And I can only say the divine appreciates it. That at least you are trying. Or kya pata? At times, like before I close, I remembered a small little incident from my life. Can I? It will take a 2 minutes time. I went to I went to a function into somebody's house. Okay. And I went to that terrace. And then when I went to that terrace, they have a temple kind of thing, which is deeper than the normal terrace. And I jumped there. I thought I can jump and I can climb back. The moment I jumped into that, I found out that I cannot reach. And no one knows I am there. No one knows. And I was jumping, trying all my thing. I could not reach. Finally, जितने देवताओं का नाम जानता था बोलना शुरू कर दिया. Like see, it is a small little kid of 6-7 years. It is just jumping around. Nobody knows he's there. And nobody won't find also until somebody comes there. It is jumping. So no help. So what would the kid do? He heard that Hanuman can help. So he started, Hanuman, Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman. Started jumping around. Nothing happening. अब पसीने छूट रहे लाइक अरे हनुमान किधर गया नो हनुमान वेयर इज ही अच्छा हनुमान वैसे नहीं जय श्री राम जय श्री राम जय श्री राम जय श्री अब तो आ जाए कोई नहीं आ रहा अरे राम भी नहीं आ रहे राम तो सबके काम आते वो भी नहीं आ रहा बट फाइनली somebody came I saw my younger sister, who is 1 year lesser than me. She walked there. I said, she could not speak well at that time. She said, bhai, what are you doing kind of stuff? मैं jump कर रहा हूँ. Then that moment she goes and calls my father. And then he pulls me out. I learned a very amazing thing in that moment. There is nothing in this story, right? But everything in this story. At times you jump into some spaces where you don't find a way out. You cannot come out. Your energy, your strength, nothing works in that space. But all that you do is you just keep on shouting all the names. But still nobody shows up. Because at that time when you are thinking that it will appear as a huge thing and it will just pull you out, it does not show up in that way. It might just appear as someone who cannot speak as well. So मेरे छोटे sister की तरह, like she came, she don't have enough energy to pull me out. She don't have enough energy to talk to me. She don't have enough energy to do anything, but she has the idea that she can go and call my father. And the moment my father came, what happened? He just put a hand down, he pulled me up. हाँ, उसके बाद जो दिवाली हुई वो अलग बात है. You understand Diwali? Diwali is a different story. But I understood, like, the divine can appear, because all that I was calling was not calling the name of my sister. I was only calling the name of the divinity. But in that moment, I think, who might have given her the idea to climb 3 floors and to go there and watch out on me? वो कौन कर सकता है? So the smallest of the help will come when you are in the deepest of the trouble. All that you have to do is keep on taking their name. And one fine day, the bigger hand will appear and pull you out. And after that, Diwali. He'll say, अब समझ में आया? Did you understood now? You have been lost in this world. Now, 2-4 खा और चल मेरे साथ. You just take the beating and now let's go home, so that you don't fall into that pit again. And I believe that people cannot see magic, miracles around. I see divinity working in different zones. That's, it looks so simple, right? But how magical is it? The moment you can connect with that, your life changes. Every moment becomes a miracle for you. Everywhere you see that divinity dancing around with you. So may you all understand this story. May you all experience that. And may you get that beating that after that you don't have to come back. और उसके बाद मैं कभी वहां नहीं गया. I've never gone there. So may you go along with the divinity. May you grow along with the divinity. May you find that within yourselves. That love, that passion, that compassion, that closeness, that bonding, that irresistible urge to being with it. And then just becoming that. Till that happens, we'll keep on jumping, okay? So you'll jump along with me, right? So thank you. So see you all again on Wednesday. Till then, do share your experiences if you have gone through anything today. We'll love to hear that. The talks of the divine should be shared. Until then, Aham Brahmasmi. May you all realize that part, that you are also that. Tattvamasi.